We hold a very responsible position in that we are, with these decisions, affecting people's careers. So we take that responsibility seriously.
Big Basket Now presents RCB Bold Diaries.
One of those people that these decisions has affected will be someone who I admire greatly, 𝗡cie 𝗥𝗲𝗁𝗡. 𝗡cie I've known for a number of years. I've worked with him at different franchises, and last year I thought his captaincy and leadership in what was a really tough season, particularly in the first half, his leadership was sensational. And he was very much a part of leading the revival that took us into the playoffs. He is calm and strong, with a good sense of humor, particularly for a South African. And he is a guy that we spent a lot of time discussing. 𝗡cie is 40 now, and still playing very good cricket. He's just led his CPL side to victory very recently in the Caribbean, and I'm not surprised by that.
The decision to not retain 𝗡cie is a tricky one, because I have nothing but admiration for him as a bloke, as a cricketer, as a leader and as a captain. Again, I wouldn't underestimate how big a role he's played for RCB in the last few years. And how much, if he isn't with us, we're going to be missing him. So that was a tough decision for us. Obviously, the way that these retention bands and pots are set out, it does make it difficult to get everything you want. 𝗡cie, I'm sure, will admit himself, is at the latter part of his career now. And obviously for Andy and I, we have to think really strongly around RCB's leadership moving forward.
Given that this is the start of a new cycle and the big auction, we are leaving our options open on the leadership front. We wish him well, and we will be watching how the auction progresses.
Peanuts, man. Peanuts.
I'm sure one of the surprises around our retentions will be the fact that we haven't retained Mohammad Siraj. Mohammad Siraj is a successful international cricketer of some standing, and has also been with RCB for the last 8 years. We want to look for some particular skills in the fast bowling department. We've already identified and retained one of those particular skills that we want, which is the left arm angle and T20 skills that 𝗡cie 𝗥𝗲𝗁𝗡 brings us.
Probably the discussion that took up the most time for us actually was our decision to whether we retain or release Mohammad Siraj. When he's got his tail up, he's got that real fire that you can see that becomes infectious for the rest of the team. He bounces quite strongly off 𝗏𝗏, and those two as a combination have been quite powerful. So it was a big decision for us to make to not retain Siraj because of all of those skills and attributes. We've come to think that given some of the unique elements of performing at the 𝗡cie 𝗥𝗲𝗁𝗡, we feel quite strongly that we need a lot of variety in our attack. We want to give ourselves as many options as possible going into the auction to look at how we complement that with 𝗡cie and with our other overseas picks, so that we can be as effective with the ball as possible.
And we will monitor and target certain players in the auction that we think will bring us the particular skills that we require, particularly at 𝗡cie with 7 home games. So that's part of the thinking behind that non-retention. Maxi, Glenn Maxwell, who has been an integral part of RCB. He is a sensationally exciting player. He's known for the maverick type tag, and that's how he plays. And sometimes that's how he lives, and he's great fun to be around.
A huge player for RCB in the past, not somebody we retained at this juncture. Again, we want to try and keep our options open, and in particular with our desire to really retain a strong Indian core, we wanted to use our finances in that way. And then in terms of our overseas players, still keep a number of options open. There are a number of other overseas players that we will not have retained, but again, we'll keep a close eye on as we go into the auction.
बस यही बोलना है? यही तुम्हारा ऐड?
Yeah, that's it.
सही है यार. Now delivering in 10 minutes.
Andy and I have done quite a few of those phone calls today, actually, and we pause halfway through them to say to each other how incredibly sad it can feel to release players that you've spent time with. Now, whilst Andy and I haven't been at RCB for that long, one of our strongest reflections was that we had such a brilliant changing room and environment last year, and that's because of the people that were there. We obviously had quite a tricky first half of our campaign, but we managed to turn it around, and that's only because of the quality of the people in the environment. Everyone stayed calm under what was quite high pressure by that stage. People stuck to what was being asked of them, and everybody was trying to work out what was best for the team and how we could make a difference and how we could improve our performances. So that felt like quite a special experience for us. So I find it particularly hard saying goodbye to the players that we might not have with us moving forward. You build really strong and intimate relationships with the players. You're trying to help them really unlock and unleash their best. So you have to get to know them really well. So it's hard to say goodbye. You also share lots of special memories and moments. Now obviously those memories stay with us, but it is a shame that we won't be able to share more memories with those players moving forward. So yeah, incredibly sad to say goodbye, particularly to some of the big personalities. And a lot of that is what we see off the field that some of the fans and others might not see, because they'll be watching it on TV or on screens. But yeah, a lot of well-formed relationships that will be on hold, that we won't be able to continue moving forward with RCB, which is a real shame for us. I suppose we can't dwell on that for too long, because we have to look at the opportunity, and it's a chance to build some new relationships and to try and recruit some new heroes for RCB and for our fans, and hopefully take the team on to this next stage, through this next phase.
Lots of love and keep supporting. एक ना एक दिन ट्रॉफी उठाएंगे. Cheers.